Welcome to Podcasting for Latina CEOs, the go-to podcast for passionpreneurs Latinas ready to launch and grow their online businesses and own their voice with podcasting. I'm Heidi de la Cruz, writer, two-time award-winning podcaster, and podcast launch coach on a mission to help you build a life of freedom, wealth, and impact by turning your ideas into income. If you're a Latina ready to break generational cycles and create your own table, this show is for you. Let's build our dreams juntas. Con amor, Coach Heidi. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Podcasting for Latina CEOs. I am your host and your coach, Heidi de la Cruz. And this episode was supposed to air last week, but life happens and I was not okay mentally. Last week was a rough week. I had a trigger and it took me a lot longer than it usually does to get over it. And then I had a few things that kind of piled up and kind of added to my mental health, like things at work and things like that. So I was like, I am not able to provide 100% good energy. So I decided just to not publish an episode. And so I am feeling much better this week. And so here I am. And so today's episode is all about how your intention changes everything and how you can open yourself up to opportunities and possibilities. And how am I tying this to podcasting? Well, just continue listening and you will find out. But first, I want to share another client testimonial. This is from Evelyn from the Pages from My Journal podcast. We just launched her podcast. She signed up for the VIP day and we did it. And now I am helping her with editing her podcast. And it's just been such a joy to help her with everything. And so she said this: meeting Heidi August 2023 felt more than a chance. It felt aligned. I first connected with her through her calling in podcasting. And from the beginning, I could feel the sincerity, clarity, and purpose behind the work she does. What started as support and guidance slowly became confirmation for something that had already been quietly nudging me for years: to share my own voice and my own story and the pages I have been carrying in my heart. Through her VIP podcast launch day, Heidi created such a seamless, honest, and clear experience. She helped bring structure to an idea that felt emotional, personal, and deeply meaningful to me. Her guidance made the process feel less overwhelming and more possible. Years later, now I see that our meeting was not random. It was part of the path that helped bring Pages from My Journal to light. Thank you so much, Evelyn, and thank you so much for trusting me and also just letting me be a part of the continuous process of recording and editing your podcast episode. I love getting to hear that behind the scenes and you telling me, no, Heidi, remove that. Okay, we're going to try this again. And I just love it. I absolutely love it. So once again, looking to start a podcast, I have various different options that can help you. And if you're looking for behind the scenes support with editing, scheduling your episodes, and writing your show notes, I'm your gal. Now, let's get into how your intention changes everything and you can open yourself up to opportunities and possibilities just by setting that intention. Okay. So first of all, it's by making the decision. What is it that you want in your life? Do you want to start an online business? Do you want to sell digital products? Do you want to start a podcast? The first step is making the decision that this is what you want and then writing down your goals. That is setting the intention. Once you do that, your energy shifts, your mind shifts, and it tries to scan and find opportunities to help you achieve those goals. So let's say, for example, you do want to start a podcast, right? You make the decision, you set the intention. Next thing you know, you find a podcast coach online that's able to help you launch your podcast. Or You go to a networking event and then you meet someone. If you want to start an online business, you meet an online business coach that can help you and guide you. But it all comes down with you making a decision and setting the intention. So then that opens yourself up to the opportunities and the possibilities to make that happen. It is completely normal to want to start a podcast for years. I'm an example of it. I got the nudge to start my podcast in 2019, but it wasn't until 2022 that I was like, okay, I'm still feeling this nudge. Now let me set the intention to start this podcast, and the possibilities just opened. Now, the opportunities that I've been able to get because of my podcasting, I shared it in another episode, like speaking engagements, workshops, being able to help clients, features, articles, being invited to be another guest. All of those opportunities came because I made the decision and set the intention to start my podcast. When I first started my podcast, that wasn't the goal. I wasn't looking for these opportunities. I wasn't looking for these speaking engagements to get paid for all of this. No, my intention was just to share immigrant stories, which is still a big deal, but something bigger has happened because of that. So if you are waiting to start the podcast, the first thing you need to do is just make the decision and set the intention. And then you can write down your goals, and I promise you that the possibilities and the opportunities will come. Now, if you're already listening to this podcast, there you go. I'm here to help you to start your podcast. I have various different options. Like I said, you can check them all out in my Staring store. Some of them are self-paced where you go through the program by yourself, and then you can email me for support when you have questions, or we can do one-on-one work with the VIP day, with a one-on-one coaching program for 6 weeks. Again, there's various different options. So there you have it. So all you need to do is make the decision, set the intention, and the opportunities and the possibilities will come to you. So let's get this podcast launched. Let's not wait anymore. If you have any questions, you can send me a text message. The option to text me is in the show notes, and you can always send me an email, Heidi@HeidiDeLaCruz.com. And I will see you in the next episode. Con mucho amor, Coach Heidi.
Thank you for listening to Mommy Podcast.